but like I was reading it to my mom and everything, and she, began to cry because of certain lines in it. So it meant a lot.
Oh, really? Some of the lines in it are like, hey, that's our Navajo culture.
That means something to her, so.
Hello, everyone. This is Mark Peterson with the Frog outside the Well Research Center, and today my new favorite guest is Kaylee. You met Kaylee at Yummy's Korean class when we did the video about learning Korean at a Korean restaurant, which just blows me away.
It's so cool. It really is.
And you're a great K-pop fan.
Yes.
And you're a serious K-pop student.
Yes.
Korean language student.
Yes.
And you want to be an anthropologist.
Yeah, anthropologist and like study anthropology and then maybe teach and everything.
Yeah, and you'd like to spend some time in Korea.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Well, that's great. And you're coming into your senior year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And as we discovered at Yummy's, you're Navajo.
Yes.
Which Koreans really like because of the ethnic cultural connection between the Native Americans and the Northeast Asians, that the Bering Strait connection.
I find it cool that they find it cool. So
yeah. And in our last video, they loved you.
Yeah.
There were a lot of great comments about.
I read them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So today, Kaylee and I are going to do a video on modern Korean literature, and this is sponsored by the Korean Cultural Center in Los Angeles. They're helping to sponsor this one. And today we're going to talk about Yi Munyeol. And Yi Munyeol is one of my favorite authors, and I picked one of the stories that I really like called
The Old Hatter?
The Old Hatter. Yeah. And it comes from this collection. This is called 그대 다시는 고향에 못 가리, which is You Cannot Go to Your Hometown Again. And there's a subtitle somewhere that says that it's about things that have disappeared, things that are fading away. And in Korea, there's a lot of those things because Korea has modernized and a lot of the old stuff has disappeared. And that's what this story is about.
Yes.
What disappears in this story?
It's like the culture of like the hats.
The hat. And the hat, the old horsehair hat, the black stovepipe old horsehair hat was the symbol of the Yangban.
Yeah.
And the story is about the translation. The translation we use is by Soji Moon. And Soji Moon is a professor at Koryo University. She's visited BYU a couple of times.
Really?
Has given lectures here. A great translator and a good friend. And she translates the first line when it talks about the children teasing the old
taunting
hatter.
him and everything. Yeah.
It uses the word urchins. The neighborhood urchins.
Yeah.
So the kids in the neighborhood are bothering the old hatter. Now, it's very autobiographical. And each of these stories seems true.
Yeah.
I don't know that he claims that they are true, but they have a feeling about them that makes them feel like they're real, like this is something that really happened.
He writes it like a diary entry kind of almost.
Yeah.
So.
And it's first person, I and the other street urchins.
Yes.
We tease this old hatter. And what, without spoiler alerts, what happens in this story? What happens to the old hatter? What fades away about him?
His, maybe like his respect, kind of, for others who don't have the hat.
Yeah.
Like the hats slowly fade away from him too.
He holds on to the culture of the hat.
Yeah.
And the culture of the hat is dying. Nobody's ordering hats anymore.
Yeah.
And so he has, his very existence is being threatened.
Yep.
So it's not just culture is changing, but this man's whole, more than livelihood, his whole essence is being challenged. And how's it being challenged by these punk kids who have no respect for him and they know he's very old-fashioned and very stodgy and stuffy, and so they tease him mercilessly.
Yes, they do.
Did you like the story?
I did like the story.
Why did you like it?
Well, I find like a lot of similarities, you know, between cultures and everything, like between my culture and this culture that he describes, and like the disappearing of like, you can never go home again, that feel, you know?
And you're feeling that Navajo culture is similarly threatened these days. Yeah, yeah. So this really has a touchstone for you.
Yes, it does. I mentioned this once before, but like I was reading it to my mom and everything, and she, you know, began to cry because of certain lines in it. So it meant a lot.
Oh, really? Some of the lines in it are like, "Hey, that's our Navajo culture."
That means something to her. So.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, does it have a happy ending?
No, not really.
Not to divulge too much, but it right from the beginning, you can tell it's not going to have a happy ending because these things are fading away. Yeah, and that's his theme of these in all these stories is things that are fading away, and this was written, I think, in the 80s. And if things have faded away in the 80s, you know, my goodness, what are things like today? Yeah, 1986.
Wow.
So if he's saying things have faded away so much in 1986, what's happened in 2022?
Yeah.
Yeah, things have changed that much. Well, one final note. What's today? June 25th.
Yes.
What's June 25th?
Oh, I do not know.
Yeah. This is a part of Korean culture, a sad part of Korean culture you haven't identified with yet. It's the start of the Korean War.
Oh.
And when Koreans say 625, it's like we say 9/11.
Yeah.
It's one of those days that are forever changed in our minds. So, but the Korean War, you know, has not ended. They haven't signed a peace treaty yet. North and South Korea are still split. So let's hope Korea can find a permanent peace and reunite someday. And let's hope you get over to Korea sometime soon.
I hope so.
Well, thanks for talking about the Old Hatter with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thanks.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.